All right. I think I have levels again. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Sorry about that. Just went rambling on for like 20 minutes. Unfortunately, I didn't know that my mic was on. But we will try this again. We will reboot this again. For at least it might be a bit abbreviated tonight now, so apologies everybody, but I think we're back up and running. Not really sure what happened. My audio wasn't working. I didn't have anything set up differently. All I did was reboot the laptop and then it started working again. A little strange, but ideally this time around got it sorted out. Let me see if I can share this link now. Let's see. I think this should work now. Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out shortly here, hopefully, if this changes anything. Yep, we shall see. So I went on a whole diatribe. Unfortunately, didn't get actually captured on the mic about Championship Sunday. If you're in any DFS contests, can of course talk through that. We can of course talk through Dynasty season, which is in full swing, and we'll continue. We'll make sure to have coverage of the rookies on this channel. Couple of videos so far: Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Quentin Johnston. We'll make sure to get through the other top prospects in the coming days: Smith and Jigba, Jordan Addison, the quarterbacks, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. And then in the coming days and weeks, as we get closer to the combine, as we get closer to free agency, by then we'll have our second and third levels of rookie analysis. So, and then of course, all of that is potentially subject to just change right after the NFL draft once we know where the landing spots are for these players, where they end up, and from there we can really deep dive, you know, how we feel about these players and the landing spots that they've ended up in. So there was a bit of that. And then, of course, there's Championship Sunday this weekend between the in the NFC, the Eagles and the 49ers, the top two teams in the conference. Don't think there's much conversation there. Dallas made an argument for a little while toward the end of the season, but it ultimately wasn't meant to be. And then in the AFC, we have there was a potential outcome, I think, where it's not the best potential matchup, and that would have been had the Bills won. I do believe we have the best potential matchup this year in the AFC, and it's a rematch of last year's title game. It's going to be good. Bit of a damper on it because of the Mahomes injury, but there doesn't seem to be much doubt that he's not going to suit up. Or there's not much doubt that he'll play. He will play. The English language is hard. So there's that. And, on the other side, you have the other guy who is officially staking his claim and making his case as today, right now, the best quarterback in the NFL in Joe Burrow. So DFS contests, he's going to be the most expensive this week. Between the weapons, with him being on the road, therefore the likelihood or potential that he gets game script is going to be in favor of the offense throwing the ball all game. He's going to be the most expensive. What's going on, Iron? Good to see you. Yeah, it's having technical difficulties earlier. Audio, I don't know what was going on with the audio issues. There was nothing I had set up differently, but it just decided not to work until I reset the computer. Um, but got it sorted out. So, um, anyway, yeah, with that, it's going to be a good matchup between the Chiefs and the Bengals. It's going to be Mahomes is. I would be real after watching him in the second half. I know he's had this week to rest and recover, but a high ankle sprain is a 4 to 6 week injury. No matter how much time as no matter how much rehab that he gets this week and how much rest that he gets this week, he's not going to be 100% for this game. Uh, I don't think I would touch Mahomes in DFS even at his reduced price. I would be worried that he doesn't really put. I'm not really positive he puts big numbers up this week. Travis Kelce could be in for another 15 catch game, and they're all for 5 yards. Just Mahomes getting the ball out as fast as he can to avoid getting hit. Yeah, this is not something that you can vigorously rehab and then miraculously be good to go in a week. Best case scenarios are usually a month. So, you know, it's gonna be dicey for Mahomes and the Chiefs offense this weekend. Uh, at this point, it feels insane to bet against Mahomes at home, but I do think the Bengals are going to do it. I think the Bengals are going to get it done. Yeah, I think the Bengals are going to get it done. As far as John, I've not heard anything. He's still, from what I last heard, he's still awaiting the actual procedure to take place. I know he's kind of he's been out of commission for a good bit. I think it's just been a lot of rest and rehab, or just mostly rest at this point for him. I know he's been in some pain. I know he's been he's been taking care of himself and taking care of his body as best he can, but I know he's dealing with some pain. Um, but I've not heard about anything as far as the actual procedure yet. So I know it was delayed. Hopefully he's on the mend somewhat soon, you know. Um, but he'll be okay. He'll be okay. We feel good about that. He'll be fine. I mean, it's going to be a lengthy process, but he'll bounce back. Confident in that. But for the Chiefs this weekend, I mean, the Bengals have a pretty solid defensive line. They're not they're pretty. I'm pretty sure they're top 12, or they're certainly in the top half as far as stopping the run. And they get pressure. They generate pressure with just their front four. Um, it's going to be a tough matchup given the fact that Mahomes is essentially playing on 1.5 leg, as far as I'm concerned. Again, a high ankle sprain. You're supposed to be off of that for 6 weeks, at least a month. And he's going to turn around and play a football game in 1 week. This is a tall order for Mahomes. This isn't your straight up like, oh, he's an underdog because while the Chiefs look good, the Bengals look incredible. And that's not to take anything away from Cincinnati, but the concern, I'd be really concerned if I was a Chiefs fan. I'd be really concerned. This is a difficult injury. Patrick Mahomes is uncomfortable right now, to say the least. So we'll see. I do think the Bengals are going to do it. As far as the Eagles and the 49ers, And I would take the Bengals. I think they're minus two. Are they minus two? Is it still minus two for Cincinnati? It hasn't moved. It's shifted back. Okay. It's shifted back to Chiefs minus one. Man, I would take Bengals plus one. I would. I think they're gonna win this game. The Chiefs are now favored. Okay. Maybe you hold because obviously, and if you do decide to bet the spread, if you do if you do, you might want to hold because the news is only going to continue to improve on Mahomes. Like he's gonna play in this game. He's not gonna miss it. If the line shifts to minus two and you get that extra point for Cincinnati, I would hammer that all day. If it moves up to Bengals plus two, I'm taking it Bengals plus one. I'm taking that anyway. But if it goes up to two, if they get that extra point, I don't know. I think Cincinnati wins this game. I think they win this game outright. As far as the Eagles and the 49ers, I believe the Eagles are 3-point favorites. They might be 2.5. Just taking a look. Yeah, 2.5. So they're not getting the full three. I kind of like that line for Philly, and I am an Eagles fan, and I'm very excited that they're back in the NFC Championship game. It's the seventh or eighth time since 2000. The Eagles have been a solid franchise. Um, More often than not over the past couple of decades. I don't know, man. The Eagles only getting 2.5 at home. That feels like I don't know. It feels like a trap. That feels like a trap for me. I do feel good about the Eagles' chances in this game. Both teams have incredible rosters. The Eagles have a great roster. The 49ers have a great roster. The difference is the quarterbacks.